Danielle.
Yay!
Here.
Welcome, Danielle.
Welcome.
I see you.
Welcome to our fun fam. We're all about the fun this year. The fun and the big dreams and putting some action behind what we want. So everyone, welcome to our Rise and Shine call. Today is Wednesday, January 10th. And we are really excited to be pressing forward. Last week I had a fantastic call. Good job. My daughter was just announcing that she peed in the toilet. Yes, go give that to Daddy. So, anybody can do this job, even moms with 3-year-olds and 1-year-olds. We're just excited to kick it off tonight. We've got some fun stuff to talk about. Obviously, we have this energy of the new year, which is fantastic for us, not only in our business, but also just in general in life, right? Because it's like that clean slate. It's time to start over, and there's just something to that kind of an energy. So we have to maximize that energy and really have it drive us, not just in our business, but also as people. So I'm going to start with kind of a broad view of goal setting, and then Devin's going to take us into the action items, because it's one thing to have an intention, you have this big goal, but you have to actually do something about it, right? So we've got both sides, the yin and the yang, and I'm going to kick it off with the broad view. So on the Rise and Shine page, I have these documents, and I'm not going to read it to you. You guys can read, so I'm just going to kind of go really quick. But it begins with thinking about the year in general. Like, what do you want to see for yourself this year in your business? What do you want to see for yourself personally? And then we have a third category. It's called spiritual. But if you're not a spiritual person, you can think of that as mindset. So we're totally open to whatever it is for you in that category. But it's really important to look at all three sides of that, because you are not Beachbody. You are you, and you are a person, and you need to be working on yourself, your business, and also that mindset or spiritual side in order to be firing at your highest capacity. And if you have big dreams, then you cannot neglect any of those pieces. So the first part of it, it's just 4 steps. First part of it is clarity. You have to get clear. And in the clarity, I asked you to do some writing. So I basically have you just break down those 3 categories. And I'm a writer, so I have, 3 different pages, one for each. And you just let it flow without judgment. Have fun with it. Don't limit yourself to, that ego that steps in and says, oh, I don't know, that might be too big. Throw that away. Let yourself go for it. Allow yourself to go for it. Dream big. Get it all out. And then once you have that out, find your clarity. And then you're going to take it. Sorry. Hey, Richard. Can you please get her, honey? Say bye. Love ya.
Bye, Annie.
But I can't focus. I don't want it. Okay. So then after we get that down on paper, I want you to turn it into something visual that you can see every single day. So if you're a hands-on person, you can turn that into a vision board that you actually put some pictures on. That's what I have in my workspace. And then you can add to it throughout the year. If you're more of a tech person, you can use an app, but we ask that if you use the app that you take that, that vision board that you have digitally and put it on your screensaver, so that way you can see it. It needs to be something you're looking at every single day. It's going to make it more real. It's going to remind you what you're working for, and it'll just keep it in your mind's eye. And then step 3 is where you're going to set up a ritual where you connect with your goals and reflect on your progress. So I'm going to get to that in just a minute, because we're going to talk about intentions and reflection. And I encourage you, come up with a daily practice. If it's affirmations, it could be, talking to yourself out loud. I did some amazing Brennan Bouchard training, and he is very, very successful. And one thing that he does is he literally talks to himself in the third person. If he has a big presentation, he'll talk to himself okay, Brendan, you're going to do well on this, and you're going to do well on this because, and he goes into that. So that's something you could do. An accountability partner. You have to have a success partner. That's a non-negotiable. So if you don't have a success partner, put that on your list of things to do. You need to get one yesterday. Okay. And then step 4 is the daily accountability practice. So what I've suggested is, just have a journal on your nightstand, and every day do some checking in on, okay, how did I do with my personal goals? How did I do with my business goals? How did I do with my spiritual or mindset goals? And you can just make it a super quick practice where you can just write P, B, S and give yourself a 1 to 10. Because this is the difference between people, okay? So you can have one person who has their business and they do the exact same thing as person A as person B. But person A does self-reflection. They are going to go so much farther, so much faster. It's like the difference between, do you want to get on a jet plane to reach your goals or do you want to walk? Self-reflection, you have to reflect on your progress. That is that kind of that magic fairy dust in your business and in your life in general that's going to get you to go to that next level. You're going to go farther and you're going to go faster. So it's really important that you develop that habit. And it's not perfect. I mean, nobody's working a perfect program. So, just start, get that consistency going and go for it. So that's pretty much it for the 4 steps. The second part to that is, looking again at the broad view, if this is the year, then okay, like it's great. We have these goals for a whole year, but you don't check in and it's November. It's like, oh yeah, I had that goal. So this is going to get you in that monthly practice. So there's 2 pages. One is intentions and one is reflection. And you notice this is blank because this is for January and we're not to the end of January yet. So, I've given myself these specific goals of what I'm going to do personally, business, and spiritual. Or you could do mindset, that if you're more comfortable with that. And then you're going to reflect. I'll reflect at the end of January. How well did I do? And then that way I know when I'm starting to set my intentions for February, I know what I slacked on, what I crushed, and I can up the ante to make the goal even higher. And again, it's that self-reflection, and you're getting yourself into that habit so that at the end of each month you're looking, okay, how far did I come? What do I need to tweak? What do I need to add? And what can I take away? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about. And again, it is in the team page, the Rise&Shine page, and you can print that out. And if you need some help with that, just ask. But Devin and I are going to come up with a due date because I want to see those vision boards. I got to hold you guys accountable. Like, we've got to get this party started, this bus moving, and let's start 2018 with a bang.
Yeah, girl, preach. Preach. So, yeah. So I'll be honest, last year, I don't think I did any goal setting. I did in my mind. I said, I think I want to be a diamond or a 1-star diamond coach. I didn't really have a plan. I didn't really say, these are the things I need to do to get to that. I didn't work backwards from that and crush goals, try to set small goals every single month to meet that larger goal. I just got lucky with a badass coach like Melanie who went diamond, and now I'm a 1-star. So either you get really lucky or you actually put in the time to set these goals. They're so important. And now that Melanie and I are brainstorming with some other fantastic leaders on our team, we're learning so much, and we're learning about how to set goals, hold ourselves accountable. And by you guys showing up tonight, that's amazing. You're here, you want this, you're willing to do the work. This is a level of accountability that you have for yourself. So you're here tonight. So that's great. But we also are learning ways to improve, work smarter in our businesses instead of harder. We're all busy. We all have, families and full-time jobs and, and other activities happening in our lives that, we don't want to spend all of our time on this. So we're trying to come up with ways that make it easy for everyone. And I think we've come up with a tracker sheet that I'm telling you, you put it out there to the universe and like, please, we need a tracker system or something that kind of makes life easy for everybody. And a coach on our team posted yesterday, or the other day, an amazing tracker sheet that we've kind of modified for our Rise&Shine group. But we are creating all of these tools and these processes for you guys so that you can that are duplicatable so that when you learn them on this call tonight or wherever you're, on the team calls, you can share these tools with your new coaches, because that's what we want. We want to, right? We want to build those emerald tribes. We want to mentor coaches, even though you may not be at a point in your business right now where you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm confident enough to mentor a coach. You are, trust me, you are, and we will give you the tools that you need to feel confident in onboarding new coaches, because that's so important. You need to get your coaches started on the right foot. And I tell you what, I am so guilty of this. I don't think I onboarded Trisha. I don't think I onboarded Lisa. I'm telling you guys, it's very important that you take these steps into kind of getting to know your team and sharing with them tools that will make it easier for them. So I'm going to share my screen. I put together just a little PowerPoint presentation on my free time today. No, not really. While my kids were eating dinner and Tom was on dad duty. But I threw something together, and let me hold on a minute. I'm going to share my screen. Technically challenged right now. Hold on a minute. Bear with me. Where did my call go? Okay. Share screen. You're going to see my disaster of a laptop or desktop. Okay. All right. So I've uploaded, can you see this, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So I've uploaded 2 documents in our Rise and Shine Dreamers, Doers, and Diamonds group page. And the first document I want to share with you is this. It's called Win the Week, and it's basically showing you that you can work this business at any level. If you're not ready to run, you don't have to run. You can walk, but these are the things you need to do each week to still move your business forward. And if you want to jog, if you're kind of in between, if you want to help 3 to 5 people a month, these are the things you need to do. This is just kind of a guideline for what things you need to be responsible for every single week to grow your business. And now this is a great tool to share with your coaches right off the bat, because so many people go into this thinking that they have to just, dive in and run with this, and they don't. It's very flexible, and it can fit into anyone's life, and you can really work it in a way that fits within your life and your family, and your family life. So this is a great tool to use, and please share it with your new coaches. When you sign on a coach, have a call with them, share this, say, it's very flexible. You can do these things, but just know that if you're going to walk, that at the end of the year, you're going to have, your results in your business and your business growth are probably going to be slower than someone that's running. So it's kind of nice to set that expectation right off the bat. So this is something that Jessica shared with us actually on a call last week, for those of you who are last week on the call, and we just kind of revised it. So the next document, which is going to be super amazing, and this is going to change our lives. So get ready to get your life changed with the Win the Week tracker. So this is really telling you what you need to do on a daily basis to grow your business. We all know that consistency is what gets us to our goals. That's how we reach our physical goals. That's how we reach our financial goals. That's how we reach our business goals. Everything is all about consistency. And I know it's hard. I know it's easy to get overwhelmed with, what am I supposed to do every day? I don't know, maybe. So this pretty much spells it out for you. On Monday, these are the things that you're going to do. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And this is another tool that I want everyone to share with their new coaches right off the bat. Send them this tracker and say, start doing these things every single day. There's affirmations. I want you to write out some affirmations for the week, and say them every single morning to yourself. Do your workout, shake out, do a health and fitness post. And you'll notice that on each day, there are only 2 posts that we're requiring you to do, which is great, right? I mean, you're not having to post a ton of times on Facebook. We're asking you to do 2 times on Facebook or Instagram. A health and fitness post, a lifestyle post, do 20 new conversations that are non-Beachbody related, just reaching out to somebody and saying, hey girl, it's been a while, or I love your pictures from your vacation, or whatever. Just reaching out to people and start those conversations in a non-Beachbody type of way. That is so important. So 20 new conversations a day, 10 invites, inviting people to our challenge groups, inviting people to the coaching opportunity, tracking your conversations and your invites. You can use pen and paper. You can do an Excel spreadsheet, and expanding your network, just adding new friends every single day. And on Monday, we like you to hop on the team call. So don't get overwhelmed if you're looking at this already and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't just take a deep breath. I'm going to go through all the different types of posts that we want you to post, because there's a coach in our team that has done this, and she's been doing it. She took a special training that she paid for, and she got this tool, and her business is exploding because she's breadcrumbing coach posts. She's saying the right things at just the right time. She's not overwhelming people on Facebook or Instagram. She's not posting something and then not showing up for 3 or 4 days. She's consistent. She has a tool that tells her what she needs to do. And because of that, she is just knocking it out of the park, and success leaves clues in this business. So we were like, wait a minute, what is she doing? Let's do what she's doing. And this is what she's doing. And this is going to be this is going to be it. This is what we will all use every single week to track our progress. Share it with your coaches, because I'm telling you, it is going to be a game changer. It's going to help everybody stay consistent and stay on track. Does anybody have any questions so far? I can't really see. Oops, sorry.
I just wanted to add, when it says the 10 invites, so that doesn't have to be a challenge group, like Devin said, challenge group, coaching opportunity, or the clean week, the monthly clean week that we'll be running. Well, Devin will be running for you guys. Yes. So it's any kind of invite to anything that's Beachbody.
Yes, and this tracker is actually set up more for a runner. If you looked at the walker, jogger, runner, graphic that I shared in the previous slide, this is set up as a runner. But don't feel like you have to do 20. Do 10 if you can only do 10. Do 5 if you can only do 5. But do something every single day. Do one conversation, if you can only do one, or one invite. But try to do, just like, with anything in your life, do it consistently every single day and make it a habit. So is everybody good with that? How's everybody feel? I can't see anyone. I hope everybody's doing good, but I feel really good about this. I'm really fired up, because I think it's just going to help really clearly outline what you need to do every single day. And that's what we need. Because there's so many things that we could be doing, but what should we be doing? What are those basic things that we need to be doing every single day to grow and to help the most people, and so that you guys can make the most money? I mean, that's really what this is going to help us do. So you're probably asking, well, I don't know, what do you mean by health and fitness posts? What do you mean by lifestyle posts? What do you mean by breadcrumb coaching posts? And I'm going to go over that on the next slide. But first, I know a couple of you who are in Coach Basics right now. I think Kara is, and I think Danielle is. Yeah. So you guys are going over social media stuff right now, like social media basics, but I just wanted to share just a few things with you really quick. Posting we say on the tracker document, post 2 times a day. You can post 2 to 3 times a day. Guys, this is your job. Your job as a coach is to post on social media. It just is. It is what you do. It's how you share your life. It's how you share your story. It's how you share what is working for you. It's how you inspire people. If you're not posting and you're not sharing, nobody knows what you're doing. So this is your job, to post 2 to 3 times a day, and consistency is key. Tell your story through your post. Add value. I'm going to give you guys some examples of some posts too in just a minute, but I see a lot of people posting pictures and then saying, had a great day today. It's like, add some value, put some thought behind why you're posting that picture. Also, do not portray yourself as perfect. You aren't. I'm not. Melanie's not. Nobody on this call is perfect. You are real, so do not be afraid to share your struggles. I think that's probably the hardest thing to really wrap your mind around when you're starting out as a coach. And you're like, well, I'm supposed to help people, so I need to be on top of my game, and I need to be perfect, like I'm eating perfectly every single day, and I'm doing my workouts every single day. That's not real. Nobody can relate to that, because that's just not real life. Real life is we get busy, we fall off, we indulge, we have beers and pizza and ice cream and birthday cake. That's life, and that's real, and that's what you want to share. So don't be afraid to be yourself and share those types of things. And one thing that is so incredibly important that I just want to stress is that we really want to try to not ever mention Beachbody, program names, or Shakeology in your posts. One of the things we learned at Summit last year was curiosity marketing, and how just sparking some curiosity with a picture and not mentioning what it's a picture of really gets people thinking and really gets people asking questions. Your Facebook feed, I know you see it all day long, is just covered in people trying to sell things. So remember that we are not selling, we are sharing. And if you're going to share about, a smoothie that you're drinking, don't mention Shakeology, because people just automatically see Shakeology and think, oh, she's trying to sell me something. So it's going to take some time to get used to. It's going to take some thought. You're going to have to stop before you post and really put some thought, but you only have to do 2. So put some thought into how you're framing up your post, trying not to mention those words, and trying to spark some curiosity, get people interested enough to ask you questions. And another thing, continue to be the badasses that you guys are, because you're totally badass. So continue to do that, and just be you. And, just like your fitness journey, I feel like this coaching journey is really a lot of self-discovery. I feel like I have discovered more about who I am on this journey. So your voice may change, and you're going to evolve, and that's okay. So, but just be you and just share your life authentically. If you had pizza for dinner, share that you had pizza for dinner. If you're just share your life and be real. Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples. I hope I'm not losing anybody. I'm talking a lot. Sorry, guys. So you're probably asking, okay, health and fitness posts, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? So I've given some examples of some awesome coaches in our Diamonds group of health and fitness posts. These are posts that showed transformations. Maybe it's an after workout picture. I love this one that Ty shared. I had to cut the picture off, but it's her, Ninja Cup full of Shakeology and all of the amazing things. And she says, isn't it beautiful? She tastes amazing. She helps me fight. And she's my bestie. And that's it. She did not say, if you want to order Shakeology, message me. Or it wasn't any sort of salesy type language that she used in her post. And I just thought it was so powerful. I loved it. Lisa's doing a great job too. You know, she really puts a lot of thought into what she's trying to say. And she posted a video actually with this one. And she doesn't mention anything about the program she's doing. She doesn't mention anything about Beachbody. She doesn't mention anything like that. And Mary had a great transformation picture over here, and she did the same thing. You know, it's just inspirational, motivational type things, encouraging. And these are some that stuck out to me that I want to share with you. So this is going to be some ideas that you can use for your health and fitness posts. Next slide, lifestyle post. You know, when on your tracker sheet, when it says to post a lifestyle post, you know, just anything in your life other than Beachbody. Because like Melanie said, you're not just a Beachbody coach. There's so much more to you than just being a Beachbody coach and just being in health and fitness. And I have to be honest with you, when I was putting these slides together, I went on my own page and I'm scrolling and I'm like, oh my gosh, for like the last 2 weeks, I have barely done any lifestyle posts about my kids or anything. And so, so this tool is going to be really good for me too. It's going to kind of help keep me in check and organize my posts in a way so that it's not too much of one thing or too much of another. But, you know, Kristen shared about her children. I think it was great. Vicki shared about being a grandmother. And I shared something about a race that I did. But, you know, anything that interests you. If you're into Harley Davidsons, or if you are into a certain type of dog and that's what you love, I don't know. But just make sure you're still sharing about your life and about things that interest you. So the next thing is an engagement post. So you'll see that we ask you to do, let me see, an engagement boost on Tuesday. I think just on Tuesday. Yeah, just on Tuesday, we ask you to do an engagement boost post. And these have been really great. And I noticed that when I'm not getting a lot of interaction on my posts, these are amazing. Trisha did a great job. I need help deciding, do I go blonde or dark? And she got a slew of comments. Just people want to share their input. They want to have, you know, a voice and say, if you give them an option of this and that, they will chime in. Trust Kristen, who's excited to get back to normal routine tomorrow, and she had a lot of, you know, of comments. And then Shonda, what are your favorite shows on Netflix? Just anything like that, asking a question to get engagement and making sure that when someone comments that you're responding to them and you're saying, yeah, you know, making sure that you're always acknowledging people who comment on your posts. Any questions so far? Nope. Okay. Coaching breadcrumb posts. These are really important. We do these on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you look on your tracker. And here are some examples. And I love this one by Melanie. Mommy, you don't have to go to work today. No, babe, I sure don't. Full heart, grateful heart, happy mama. She's not saying that, you know, she's basically just giving a clue like, hey, I don't have to go to work today. She's not saying, I don't have to go to work today because of this coaching opportunity or because I'm a coach. She's just kind of breadcrumbing, like dropping little clues so that people say, wait a minute, you know, what is she doing? Yeah, she doesn't have to go to work today. She's staying at home with her kids. Like, I want that. Kristen had a good one. Yeah, she always has some really amazing, if you need some good inspiration for breadcrumbing, go to Kristen's page. Kristen Atkins, she says, when I was a full-time teacher, I used to say I would love to work from home because then I can wear my PJs all day. I mean, you guys can read. It's just try to share something about what coaching has done for you and how it's changed your life. And you may not be at a point where you're staying at home, and that's okay. You can share something about the women that you've met in the group, or you can say how inspired you are and how good it feels to have goals to work towards and how fulfilling it is to be able to help people. You don't have to mention anything about coaching. So you'll notice that there's kind of a theme, right? It's not giving too much information, sharing from the heart, sharing who you really are, being real, being authentic. And I tell you what, guys, if you just follow this tracker and you try to schedule and put some posts together that, that are from the heart, and that, I promise you're going to get some engagement, and you're going to start building some good relationships, and you're then, in turn, you're going to help a lot of people. So that's it. Does anyone have any questions? Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, you said on Saturday, post two times freebies.
Yes. Yeah. Anything you want to post.
Oh, okay.
Anything you want to post.
I thought you meant like give away something
Oh.
for free.
Hey, not a bad idea, Lisa. Seriously, not a bad idea. You could give away something if you wanted to. So Saturday is kind of open. Freebies, whatever maybe you haven't shared for the week, and it's something that you want to share. But how's everybody feeling? Do you think this is going to be helpful for you and moving your business forward and kind of keeping you on track? Is everybody thumbs up? Yeah. Okay. Kristen, are you driving? Okay, she is. Yes. Awesome. So
I'm on my way to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, she's going to Fort Lauderdale. She's going on vacation. You old
Have
bear.
fun, girl. Sport them abs. I'm coming for them abs.
So I want Melanie, I know we didn't talk about doing this, but you're really good with affirmations and the power of affirmations. Mm-hmm. Can you talk to everyone for just a few minutes about affirmations, about how important they are to set, maybe some tips on how to set them?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it comes to affirmations, something that I like to remind myself is this truth, and this is true. Whatever follows I am will come looking for you in your life. Think about that for a second. And it's not even just what we say out loud, although when we say it out loud and then we say it to another person, it's more powerful. But a lot of it comes from that tape we play in our minds. And if you were to stop and think about, the last 24 hours, and you were to play back that tape of I am in your mind, what are you saying to yourself? Is it positive or is it negative? Because for a lot of us, we might on the outside say, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm capable, I'm worthy, and all these things. But if you don't believe it on the inside, if that tape on the inside is telling you things like, oh, you're worthless, you can't do this, you're not enough, you're not going to do it, then that's what's going to stick. So the affirmations, it's kind of backwards, right? So we're going to have to start by putting it out in order to put it in. Because a lot of that garbage that's on that tape has been playing and playing and playing for a long time. So one thing that I really like to push people to do when I'm working with them about this kind of stuff is to start digging into your limiting beliefs, because the limiting beliefs are where the garbage affirmations come from, And so I'm going to share a personal story with you. My mom, I love her so much, and she has always struggled with not feeling enough. Her father was an alcoholic, and God rest his soul, but she grew up not thinking that she was good enough. And to this day, I hear my mom say, oh, I can't do anything right. And so I inherited that limiting belief from her, and she didn't do it intentionally. That's just what she had believed when she was growing up. And so these things can be generational. So I can get really deep. I'm going to try to not get so deep on you tonight, but it's worth exploring. It's worth exploring, because if we can master what's going on in that tape subconsciously in our mind, the rest will just take care of itself. So I would say if you're just starting out with affirmations, start small. Start small, and take out a piece of paper and write the words I am, and just let it flow. And what are you like? What do you want? Are you wanting growth? Are you wanting to build a 6-figure income? Are you just wanting some side hustle money? Are you wanting to pay for your kids sports or extracurriculars? What kind of energy are you going to have to bring in order to reach those goals? And it can be something fun, like I'm a badass. If you're gunning for abs, like I'm sexy. But it has to be something that's going to make you feel good. So I would say first things first, get out a piece of paper and let it flow. Come up with some affirmations. If you want to do some digging, and get to that motherboard and reprogram it to raise the vibration of that tape that's playing for you, that's going to take a little more work. And I would be more than happy to lead a call on that as well. But if you're just starting out, I would say get out a piece of paper, write it down. Like, what are some high vibe things that you want to say about yourself to yourself? And then start doing it. So an easy trick is to get some of those little sticky notes and fill up the whole thing and put them everywhere. Put them in your car, put them in your wallet, put them in your bathroom, just anywhere that you might see them. Because the more you can do that, the more it's going to stick, the more it's going to get on that tape that's been playing. And then I would say also set a reminder in your phone. So every single day that alarm goes off and says, whatever your affirmation is for the week. Because the more you can see it, the more you can say it, the more you can say it to yourself, the more real it will become. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Hope that helps.
Yes. Love it.
You have to believe it. You really do. It's more than just saying something. It's more than just saying, oh, I'm a badass. No, you have to feel it. You have to mean it,
Does anyone do those affirmations? Does anyone do, Lisa, you do every day?
I'm doing.
I think Kristen does too. I need to do more of it, to be honest. I'm going to start writing on Post-it notes and putting them everywhere. I love that idea.
Yeah, and if you catch yourself in a low vibe affirmation, like if you catch yourself and you mess up on something, you're like, God, I'm such an idiot. Stop yourself and ask, come here, Annie. Would you talk to your child the way that you talk to yourself? When you catch yourself in that stuff, that's a really good way to reframe it. And I even have Annie do affirmations. Annie, what's your affirmation? I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm kind. Yeah, she's too shy. But do them with your kids too.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you, Melanie. Melanie likes to bring the om.
Yeah, I can't help it.
And I know. I love it though. How's everybody feeling? I just want to, is everybody feeling good? If anybody has anything, yeah, I see head nods from Kira. Awesome. All right. Well, let's start putting these documents into action, right? Start using that tracker sheet, print it out, start tomorrow, start using it, and then every week. And what we can even do in our Diamonds group, just so that we can hold each other accountable. I have on Sunday to post our last tracker. So every Sunday, take a picture of your completed, checked off tracker list and post it in the Diamonds page. High level accountability, and I need it. So let's, is everybody cool with that? Yeah, posting there just to stay on track. And if you guys, feel free, like I said, to start having those conversations with your new coaches. And all you need to do is just share a few simple things with them about how to get started. And this is a great tool to use. So thank you all for joining us. We'll be meeting next week as well at Wednesday at No, actually, next week we won't have our call, will we, Melanie? Nope. We won't have a call next week because we are going to be doing, Melanie and I are going to be doing a live coach sneak peek. And what we've done in the past, I just want to share this with you guys really quick and then I'll let you go. I'm sorry. What we've done in the past is we've done the cocktail and coffee and cocktails where it's a private group on Facebook and you invite people in and they see our live feed and we all chime in and we share our stories. We're trying something new next week, something that we've never done before. And it'll be interesting to see how it pans out, but we're just going to go live on the Facebook wall and through Zoom, and we're going to just talk and share our experiences with coaching and answer any questions, and hope we don't have any trolls that pop on our live feed, but it'll be fun. And I want you to start thinking about inviting people. If you have people who are interested in coaching, tell them that next Wednesday there's going to be a live conversation about coaching, and you can tag them when we're live and they can pop on and have a listen to what we have to say. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys, kind of a new thing. So,
and the cool thing with that, it will be the Zoom link. So that way, if you have people on Instagram who don't have Facebook, they can still come because it'll be the Zoom link.
Yes. Who here is using Instagram? Who's using Insta? Oh, you guys are. Oh, awesome. Okay, great. So these all apply, that to Instagram and Facebook. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, guys. And did somebody have a question?
I just wanted to express my gratitude to both Devin and Melanie for taking the time to create these trackers and the project manifest, because it takes some time to do that. So I really appreciate it. That's all.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Lisa. Always. You're always so grateful. I love that. All right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.